What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're reacting to the 4th episode of ReZero Season 2. This one's titled Parent and Child, and I think is entirely meant to be about Subaru's parents, because I don't think we've been transported because of the weird filter that's been over the scenes that he is now back into his original world with. We've met his dad, who bizarrely was shirtless and jumping on top of Subaru to wake him up. I don't know if that's a regular occurrence or was just a weird way of doing it. I hypothesized that maybe Dad had some expectations of his son to follow like a sporting-esque background. Like, the dude is in good shape, let's be real. And Subaru had a looked like a wooden training sword of some description resting on the side of his room, along with all the different figures and stuff, which were very much in very similar look to Emilia, hence why he probably got so infatuated with her so quickly. But yeah, last time we learned a bit more about Ekidona, the Witch of Greed. There we go. I sometimes can't remember which cardinal sin she's meant to represent. We also got a little bit more information, not much, but we got a little information and a silhouette of each of the other witches of the cardinal sins, including a description for Satella, the witch of envy. And the way Ekidona spoke of all of them, when speaking about all the other witches, kind of didn't make him sound like inherently evil entities. And I guess that is kind of true for the cardinal sins in a way, if you think about it, because just through my personal interpretation of the cardinal sins, because it's all up for interpretation, really. I mean, it's not really a real thing. I mean, it's based on religion, so it's always open for interpretation depending on how you interpret religion. Different people get different things out of it, of course. Some take it more literal, some take it more figurative, blah, blah, blah. But when you think of the cardinal sins, it was just not necessarily poor intentions, but they just overdid whatever intention that was. So gluttony, you wanted, and in the show this way, I think it was like wanted to feed the world, but that's too much. You can't. That's asking too much of the divine, essentially. And I think the show will include the divine in some nature. I wouldn't be surprised if there is a divine force in this world. Like, that would not surprise me. A divine force that keeps everything in check. I mean, how do the witches become witches? Like, how can you have sin without there being the divine to say what is sinful, right? So, I'm curious to see where that comes into it. But yeah, she spoke not necessarily evilly of them, and then there was a line I missed and was pointed out to me in the comments of last week, where she spoke of Satella killing the other witches. As the Witch of Envy, envious of them having powers that she didn't and wanted them for herself, maybe. She got envious of them and wanted them for herself, killed them, all the other witches. How Ekidona is alive as a spirit, I wonder how that's going to pertain to that. I assume she was being chased down by Satella. Maybe she was one of the last witches to be hunted down. I have no idea. Speaking of this, like, barrier to keep out half-bloods, a very good point that I don't know why I didn't think of. Satella is a half-blood. Like, that's the whole thing with Satella, half-elf and very much in Emilia's appearance. So maybe that barrier was originally intended for Satella. Perhaps it wasn't constructed in time before Ekidona was slain. But maybe it was at just the right moment that it allowed her to live on in some way. I have no idea. Was Ekidona working with anyone at that time? Was she alone? Like, because she would have taken over this. Was this a village beforehand, or did the village get built up around it afterwards? I'm kind of curious as to the backstory of her. But I don't think we're getting that this time. We're going to get Subaru's backstory from his world before entering ReZero, because we didn't get much of it. We didn't really know much of him beforehand and his family relations and anything like that. So this is going to be building up Subaru a bit more. Maybe. Well, this is all Ekidona's doing, right? This is Ekidona trying to show Subaru something. What she wants him to see, I don't know. I'm not sure what her intentions are here, because I'm with Matha's family having their connections with Ekinona, they seem to share some form of purpose or agreement. So I'm curious to see what her intentions are. I assume she doesn't want to be a spirit anymore. She must be tired of being a spirit, but how would you stop being a spirit? Could you revive yourself? I don't know. Perhaps that's why she's been gathering information as the Witch of Greed. She's been greedily hunting for all this information, and maybe that's what did her in the end. Maybe she got too greedy for information and drew the envy of Satella, maybe. I don't know. Also, the archbishops are all exclusively under Satella. No other archbishop exists for the other witches. They were created after the other witches were slain. Satella had power before being locked away. How she was locked away, I don't know. They might have mentioned it in season 1, maybe, offhandedly, but I can't remember that. But yeah, Subaru's backstory, that's what we're getting this time, so let's not talk too much about everything else. 29 minute 30, is that longer than usual? That seems longer than usual, 29:30, or have all these ones been close to that? Yeah, this is longer than usual. Okay, so we get an extra 4 minutes of show here for some reason. OPED, I mean, those account for 3 minutes, so maybe we're getting actual OPEDs and then a full 25 minutes of actual content as well. I don't know. But 29:30, that's definitely longer. Unless Crunchyroll's balked, I don't know. But anyway, with all that said, long intro, I know, sorry, but the reason I do these recap things is not just for you guys to get you back into it, but also for my own personal, like, memory, essentially. Like, by repeating things, excuse me, in my head and to you guys, it helps me remember things a bit easier. So that's the main reason why I do it. So anyway, time-based reactions as per usual. Bottom left of the screen, you're going to see the timer. I'll count us down 3, 2, 1, play, and then on play, I start the episode, you start the episode. We're all in sync. Use the timer to make sure you are in sync. If there's OPs or obvious ad breaks, I'll call those out so you know we're roughly in sync. My second biggest audience is Japan, and I assume you guys will have access to the original broadcast if you've recorded it or whatever. So, yeah. I'll call out ad break if I see them, but it's kind of hard to do sometimes. Watching this one on Crunchyroll, as per usual. Second attempt after that long intro. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, play. Yep, we're back in his world, and you can see this weird filter over everything. And Jesus Christ. Okay, wrestling, huh? Train every day, apparently, okay. Alright. I love these. Mother. Yep. Do you actually have to call it skinship? Just saying. Her face. I don't know if it's just her eyes, but they seem oddly familiar. Jesus. Okay. Wow. Uh-huh. Sure. I love how he just handed it off back to the mother. Why not? Yeah. They're all just passing it around. The whole family seems to. Okay. Yeah, I have quite a lot of doubts as well. Oh my god, I love it. Pilaf? Oh, okay. Alright. Uh, oh. Satella? Hmm. 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 Let me guess, the minute hand doesn't move. Oh. Okay. I thought it wasn't just gonna move, I thought it would just keep going. Oh. That normally can't. Hmm. Why are you moonwalking? I would be very concerned about your son clutching his chest like this. Wow. Okay, sure, why not? Cherry blossoms, alright, we're still in spring. It's always got to be cherry blossoms whenever you have any sort of emotional moment. I mean, yeah. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, mentioning the eyes. Hmm. And again. Hmm. The hell does this have to do with going to school? Why does that have a effect, the Satella essentially effect with him? And why do they all seem oddly okay with it? I mean, yeah, it's a dreamish sequence, but still. Wow. Sure, okay. Hmm. Not changing the subject, but I'm going to change the subject. Wow, he's still on that. Hmm. Oh, now he's hearing Amelia. Hmm. Hmm. Right. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Considerate father, at least. I think the world agrees with you. Hmm. Well, I guess it will be. Just peace day, alright. Hmm. Yeah. There it is again. Hobby's getting louder. That's Amelia's voice. And he sees her. Hmm. Of course he wouldn't know. Now you can actually see her. Gonna turn around and say, yes, there is a girl I like? Is that what he's gonna do? Well, yes, I do. There it is. Okay. Well then. Okay. You remember everything? What? Okay. Interesting. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's a lot to clean up with the paint roller. I wonder if this is the foundation for why he's considered to be Pride. Why people keep referring to him as Pride. There was no one there. Hmm. Just sees his dad everywhere. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oof. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Rem. That's not fair, pulling emotions like that. Jesus. Okay. Wow. Okay. I mean, yeah. Hmm. uh, I love the father. All right. Mm-hmm. Right. Yep. Yeah. No expectations. You're your own person. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Wow. Uh. Ooh, future, huh? Oh boy. Uh, that's bittersweet. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, what's it gonna be? Alright. The pose. Every time. I was expecting someone to be watching there, but no, it was just a transition. Going back in the school after 3 months. What? Alright. Bizarre, but okay. The world or mayonnaise. I mean, that would be true. I mean, I guess. Weird theory that's going on in my head right now. The mother is Ekidona in this realm. Just a weird feeling I've got. Something about. I don't know. It just. I can't. Something's off with the mother. I don't know what it is. I just feel like she's Ekidona now all of a sudden. I don't know why I'm saying that. Mm-hmm. uh, wow. Really? It was. Wait, the mayonnaise is gone? Never mind. Yeah, that way that mouth was animated as well. Something. I just can't help but see it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hmm. Oh boy. Still doesn't like that line. Hmm. Oh wow, just taking herself out of the equation entirely. Wow. Interesting. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Chances that a train's about to come? She came back. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, eh, yeah. It's not exactly right, but hmm. And now he remembers. Wow. The final things she said to him. This was all to give him that one moment to get everything sorted in his mind. Was this the trial? To see if you could get this far? I wonder. Hmm. Opens the door and we're suddenly an Isekai quartet. That'd be hilarious. Oh! Excuse me? Satella? Well, that's Sakadonna, isn't it? Wait, is it Satella? Whatever. I don't know if that's Satella or Akidonna. Ah. Alright. Well, again, ED. Wow. I can see why they lengthened this episode now. They had a lot to cover in that episode. Whoops. Ah, come on, pen. Gonna need a new one of these soon. There's damn pen. Yeah, it's dumped. Oh, Amelia. Beatrice. There she is. I think that is Ekidona, right? Or is that... I'm going to stop talking before I embarrass myself further and actually look up which one it's meant to be. There we go, pen's working again. I think it was meant to be Ekidona. Alright. Anything after that? No, that was it. Alright. Okay. So yeah, I'm fairly certain that was Ekidona, right? It was meant to be Ekidona. I don't know why I jumped to Satella. I really don't know why. But yeah, that is definitely Ekidona. You can tell by the eyebrow shape. More than anything. Because I don't think Satella... I don't think we've seen a full picture of Satella yet, have we? Not really. I don't think we've seen a proper Satella render, but she would be much closer to Emilia. And yeah, the eyebrows are a dead giveaway for Ekidona. Alright. Come on, Annalist, please. So yeah, what was that last line that she said, just so I can quote it properly? Finally makes it into school, sees Ekidona there. And what does she say? Much earlier than expected, okay. Time to confront your past, yes. What did it do for you? What did your past do for you in that moment? Hmm. Trying to think a bit more about that entire episode because they spent a lot of time on that to give him this moment. But it really, really does flesh his character out more and explain why he is the way he is. But yeah, someone makes a point here, actually, now this is that you don't normally see... When you have an isekai genre show, it's normally the entire focus is on after the isekai moments. It's like, they'll explain how they were isekai, whether they were killed or transported, but besides that, they don't really reference the time before that too much. What's it called? Villainess last season actually did it, because it became somewhat important to understanding who the main guy was, Sirius Deek, how he was, how to save, in dealing with him and how to save Catalina from the state that she was in and reliving her past world. So this was nice to actually see this moment, or extended series of moments actually, because this was like 29 minutes, like I said. So now we've had the talk. He's faced his past. Now, he's faced his past. Is that all there is to the trial? Facing your past? Because if that was the case... Wait a minute. If the trial is facing your past... Assuming that this is just the trial. Facing your past, coming to terms with it, and being bettered by it, and getting the correct answer from your past, to then pass the trial that was actually presented here by Akidona. How would... Because Amelia went through before this, don't forget. Amelia is technically doing the trial as well. How is Amelia confronting her past? Because we got a lot of glimpses of her past in the OVA, don't forget. The hour-long OVA, what was it called? Frozen Bond? Was it Frozen Bonds? What was it called? The Frozen Bond. And that was her past in relation to Puck specifically, but in theory, going back to her past, it might have gone before that, and how her ice magic came to be, or how all the other elves in her forest were frozen that way. They might delve into that with her backstory. I wonder if we're going to get any of that during this. But we now have to give the correct answer to Ekidana. And what is the correct answer? What was he supposed to have learnt from this? What would he have learnt from this? Like, he got his chance to essentially say goodbye to them and come to terms with the fact that he is no longer able to take care of them, and he's understanding more of the way he was acting and the way his family felt about it, because I think with the very last scene of him saying goodbye to his mother, there's two moments in of itself. Like, there's the actual dreamscape moment, or whatever this is, the alternate reality moment of him talking with his mother and saying goodbye at the level crossing. But then there's the actual moments that seems to be canon with his story, where he is visibly not on good terms with her, or at least doesn't seem to be... He hasn't reached this understanding in the real world as he leaves and goes out. And you can just see in his face how he's still in that place of his life when he sees them for the last time. And then he actually says goodbye properly that time. Gives him a chance to actually say goodbye properly to both of them. Oh boy. So what does he learn? Hang on. I've had a thought. If we look up the cardinal sins again, I just want to briefly touch on the cardinal sins, because he's been linked to pride, right? And pride... Dangerously corrupt selfishness, putting on one's desires, urges, wants, and whims before the welfare of other people. But if we go against... where is it? The 7 heavenly virtues. The virtue in complete opposite of pride is humility. Sense of unworthiness. A liberation from consciousness of self, a form of temperance that is neither having pride, haughtiness, or indulging in self-deprecation. I think that's what he's on the path towards. Potentially. I have no idea. Like, that's what I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking he has... Because, like I said, Betelgeuse referred to him as Pride. I think others have referred to him as Pride as well. But maybe through this moment, he's learning that the path he was on to being the sinful Pride, he might be working his way back towards humility. Potentially. Because then that would put him in heavenly virtue rather than into sin. Modesty, reverence. Yeah, reverence, or deference. Condition of submitting to the, I suppose, legitimate influence of one's superiors or superior. Submitting to the judgment of recognized superior out of respect or reverence. You can kind of see that with his father. A little bit, not much though. Practicing the seven virtues is said to protects one against temptation from the seven deadly sins. So by having this moment of humility, protecting himself from diverging into pride. I get the feeling that's a part of the subtext that's going on here. I don't know if that's specifically what Ekidona was looking for, because in honesty, with Ekidona, I wonder where her allegiance lies in that. Would she want him to turn to sin? Like, she is a witch of sin. So would she look for people to go that route, or was she trying to stop that from happening again? I'm genuinely curious there. Because we already have a Witch of Pride, as described last time. Well, no, the witches are dead. Except her. Unless all the other ones still exist as spirits somewhere out in the world, I don't know. But implying that the rest of them are dead. In that case, is she trying to stop another witch of sin being born? In him? Or him harboring? Oh, hang on. Crazy theory time, okay? Based on what we know, and Satella's seemingly strong influence over Subaru, and his entire being, essentially, and the reason why he might have been brought into this world, perhaps, I don't think this is going to be the case. This is just a wild theory of mine that might play into it in some aspect. Since Satella is trapped somewhere or banished or whatever it actually is that's happened to her, what if she wants to harbinge or create or what's the actual word I'm looking for? Cultivate a new vessel to come back as? Well, no, they want. That's why they want Amelia, right? Or that's why the archbishops think they want Amelia for that. That's what the archbishops are doing, although how much do they actually know that they need another half-blood like that to act as vessel? Why would Satella be interested in Subaru then? My theory was that she was trying to harbinge the witch, like a witch of pride in him, and foster him to become sinful, so that she could feed off of that as a way of potentially coming back into the world or something. That's where my mind was going with that, but I don't think that's going to be the case now. Because I forgot that the archbishops are very much intent on having Amelia as a vessel for that. I don't know if that's actually a requirement or if it's just what they believe is a requirement. I don't know. But yeah, this is a very good character moment for Subaru. Yeah. Apparently there was some like poster references in the back, but I didn't understand any of them. At least I didn't notice any of them in his bedroom. That was. So yeah. So yeah, this is very much in interest of his character development. Now we see what his answer is to Ekidona, and if he gives the right answer to her, I assume it would have passed her trial and therefore will have allowed passage out of here to save the people there, get Mathis and Ram out of there, and ultimately get Amelia out there as well, who, Lord knows how Amelia's doing on her trial. I dread to think. But anyway, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you everyone for watching. This was a longer one because A, it was a longer episode, and B, I've been blabbering on at the end here, trying to get some theories straight in my mind and see where this story might be going. I'm getting hung up on certain points which I don't think are going to be too relevant, but I like to just hypothesize a little bit. This is one of those shows that you can hypothesize quite a lot on and get some different interpretations out of, so I'm going to continue to do that for this type of show. If you've been with my channel for a while, you know I like to do that sort of thing. So yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed the episode as per usual. Leave a comment on what you thought of the episode. If you want to have a more in-depth discussion about this show, I do have a Discord channel, which is a better place to have a back-and-forth conversation. And don't forget to hit subscribe to see next week's episode, as well as the rest of the Summer 2020 lineup you can find on my channel. Thank you for watching. Until next time. See you guys later.